incentivizes users to put in a decent amount of effort to provide quality solutions. So right now we have a model where there'll be two types of posts, one-to-many and then one-to-one. And so one-to-many is where it's like a traditional Stack Overflow model where the work is done up front by many users. So there'll be many answers to a single question. And then the best answers and the best user get picked to receive the incentive after the fact. And then the one-to-one post is where the work is done after you select the person to do the work based on reputation metrics provided on the website.
Boulder is known as the Silicon Flatirons because it's such a hub of technological innovation. Our plan is to start by pairing local businesses with talented CU students. For students, this is a great way to network and gain experience with potential future employers. For companies, this is a way to delegate tasks such as debugging, documentation, test creation, and style review to a mass number of programmers. For Chief. In addition, this will help catalyze the technological talent in the upcoming graduating classes to further benefit the Boulder Tech Center as a whole. The computer science market is growing extremely fast. So much, in fact, that the number of computer science students don't even come close to the number of computer science jobs that need filling. This is a huge market, and it's only going to get bigger. We ask that if you're interested, that you connect with us in some way. Sign up on our website, codecanyon.github.io, or feel free to talk with us directly. Thank you.
The notes up here during the final presentation.
We're gonna try.
Don't rely on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, come prepared. So this is for everybody. Come prepared, assuming you won't have any notes on the laptop. Cards are fine. Cards tend to keep it small. I've seen entrepreneurs come up on stage with like an 8.5 by 11. I'm like, that's a little obvious. So small cards are fine to help you keep on pace. But you want to try to work this into your brain as much as possible. Again, we're not expecting word for word memorized, but also don't go too nutty with the notes. So I really like the hook, and this is for everybody, the way that they build empathy. Like, we're all programmers, so we kind of know what that's like, but you did a great job building empathy in like 10 seconds. So all of you that are spending like a minute or 2 minutes, 3 minutes trying to build empathy for the customer, this is a great example out. A picture and animation, a couple kind of wry comments will allow you to build that empathy in like 10, 15 seconds. On the opposite side of that, though, is I was really not clear on what you do for programmers. So while I got a sense of what it's like to be a programmer, I didn't really get a sense of what you do to make that go away.
So flesh out the demo more.
Yeah, definitely want more of a demo, and I realize now it's going to be more like stick figures than actual working pictures of working software. But help me get a better feel for what the problem is, and then how you make that problem go away. And when you talked about the one-to-many and the many-to-many, my brain started really spinning like, oh, is this like 99 Designs, or is that like the one-to-one, and then or the one-to-many, and then what would be one-to-one like? Is that like contractors? And my brain's spinning on that, and then my brain's like, well, how does that even relate to the problem? What does this have anything to do with programmers? Like, I don't get it. So that part, my brain really spun. I was confused a lot by the Silicon Flatiron slide. I didn't sort of get how the larger society, market, community, I'm like, what does this have to do with this? Now I'm really confused. So I would clean that up.
I see the more sense of what the marketplace, you said you're gonna have to draw in people, pay them, and all that kind of stuff. How does that exactly work? I don't know how that works. Thank you. I think we just barely squeezed in ours. Yeah.
My apartment sucks. Not just because I'm a broke college student, but every single room in my apartment is a different temperature. When I wake up in the morning, I am freezing, and it makes it so much harder to get out of bed. And then when I go into my living room, it's a sauna. My name is Danny Yadidovich, and a hearth is the solution to uneven heating. Just install our vent covers once and forget about them. Hearth will intelligently distribute air into the rooms that need it most by opening and closing your vents based on real-time temperature data. Hearth monitors the temperature in each room and reacts based on the room's needs, closing if it's the right temperature, or opening to allow heat into the room. The market for smart homes is exploding. In 2017 alone, the United States smart home market is $15 billion. But Hearth is the next level. Hearth isn't another screen that demands your attention. It connects to your other devices and does its work in the background. Hearth doesn't put a bunch of smarts in your home, it makes your home smarter. It accomplishes the fundamentals of smart heating without adding the expensive, unnecessary complexity of other smart systems. These devices are cheap to manufacture, and homeowners will be able to outfit their homes with Hearth for about the price of a Nest thermostat. We'll be selling them on our website, as well as leading third-party vendors such as Amazon and eBay. Hearth makes your home smarter. Life becomes more comfortable with one simple system that you don't have to think about. Our market is growing at an astonishing rate, and homeowners are on the lookout for the next heating solution. Please check out our website and sign up to find out when Hearth is out. Thank you.
All right, Speed Demon Award goes to you. That was a minute and 30 seconds. So, I would definitely show a bit more of the demo, help me get a feel for how this works. I think I liked how quickly you got to the demo. I would spend another 5 or 10 seconds setting up the problem. The big thing here I think you're gonna run into is this feels nice to have. So how can you reframe the problem setup to feel more than nice to have? I think you could talk about heating and cooling costs. You could maybe reframe it away from you and put it maybe into like a nursery or some part of the house where you really, really care about the temperature being consistent. And that'll reframe it a little bit away from a nice to have. The kind of the slide with your product and Amazon and the others, like I understood what you were saying, but I I couldn't get to the point underneath that, like where you're trying to drive home there. And then in the landing, again, I think pulling on emotion here, because one way when you have a product that feels nice to have is use the emotion to make it feel more than nice to have. So my guess is that on the problem setup, make it more than about you. I would try a different problem setup that it doesn't involve you, involves like a family or something like that, and work it backwards. Like figure out how you're gonna stick the landing with some like emotional grab, and then set yourself up to stick the landing with how you describe the problem. Because the biggest thing you're gonna face is, wow, this is hard, this is expensive. You're doing all this for a nice to have product. That'll be most like the intuition coming back at you from the audience with investors. So I would try to address that. Cool. Okay, so for everybody else who didn't get to go